Hello everyone, my name is Juan. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Finboot, a green supply chain management company helping accelerate decarbonization with evidence-backed data in hard-to-abate sectors. Today, I'm joined by my colleague Mario, one of our software engineers and in our team, and our AI lead, to bring you some exciting news. Back in 2018, Finboot released its flagship product, Marco Track and Trace, a digital traceability solution that helps industrial manufacturing businesses map out their supply chains, guarantee the chain of custody, and reliably and transparently demonstrate their ESG and sustainability claims of their low carbon, renewable, and circular products. One of the things that our customers value the most out of our product and our technology is its vast flexibility and configurability. It is something that has enabled us to deliver value to organizations in wide-ranging sectors, from energy and chemicals to steel and construction. That full flex configurability that Marco Track and Trace has helped us implement ecosystems for traceability of sustainable fuels, circular packaging, green steel, and many other traditionally carbon-intensive products which our customers are working hard to decarbonize using clean energies and circular and renewable raw materials. This strong technological competitive advantage is perhaps one of the reasons why we are ranked 14 out of 200 in G2's sustainability management category, very close to giants such as Microsoft and Workiva. And we move up to 4 in the ranking when it comes to relationship index in the same category. Now, to keep up with that tendency and that level of customer satisfaction, we have to continue evolving our technology to do greater things. And the widespread adoption of generative AI over the past few years has already had a tremendous impact in our ability to accelerate the delivery for our customers by leveraging AI for efficiency, which is something that our technology team has been doing already for quite some time. But this time, we wanted to take a step further, and we want our customers to benefit directly from those efficiencies by leveraging our own AI Copilot to assist our customers in completing the complex configuration of their supply chains and manufacturing processes with Marco Track and Trace. This configuration is something that we had already put a lot of effort in to simplify through the no-code track and trace console, which meant that our customers and implementation teams could configure their bespoke supply chains without having to build custom code or interfaces, only through simple configuration. That meant that a track and trace configuration could take anything from 30 minutes to an hour for a fairly simple manufacturing process, and up to maybe 4 or 5 hours for a very complex environment. But today, we're going to show you how we can bring that down to a matter of seconds using Marco AI, our own and the world's first AI Copilot for digital traceability and green supply chain management. Now, that being said, I will now pass it on to my colleague Mario, who will show you the magic. Mario?
Thank you, Juan Miguel, and hello everyone to this Marco AI presentation. So first of all, I would like to talk about our new feature, that is this AI agent that we can see here in this option in the track and trace UI. So we wanted to create a way that the user, the customer, can just send a text that is well known as a prompt to the AI, and from that prompt, the user can create its own workflows, either to talk about the supply chain management or to any other kind of context. So to try that in live, I would like to use one prompt that will consider to have quite a bit of our functionality, and I'm going to explain here with you. So first of all, we are going to send an order to the AI that we want to create a supply chain that is named AI powered biorefinery. So the supply chain will include 2 workflows and 2 assets. First workflow is going to be titled raw materials and will process the first asset template titled feedstock. This workflow will have one step called set properties, in which the following property will be filled, that is PO number, sustainability declaration, and type of raw material. Also, after this, we are going to have a second workflow that it will call production and will process the second asset called final product. This workflow will have two steps. The step one, biorefining will set properties such as production date, which is a date, obviously, raw material category, and the last property for this step is raw material. That is a parent property that will link from the first workflow. And the second step of this workflow will be the product dispatch that will set the properties for ISCC certificates and the EUDR reference number that we also are connected with. So after this brief explanation, I'm going to just send this in live to the AI. And after this little bit of process, the AI is going to form the structure of these workflows based on this prompt and will show a summary of what is going to be created in track and trace. So with this answer, we can see the structure of what is going to be created. We got here, as I was saying at the beginning, the supply chain and the workflows. We have the first workflow, raw materials with all the steps and the asset properties that we can fill in this workflow. We have the second workflow that is called production, and with all the steps that we can fill in this workflow. So at the end of the structure, we got the asset template with the structure of the properties, and the final question, that is if we want to build this workflow after seeing what is going to be created. So we select yes, and we can see here that it has been successfully. So we can either see here the structure that we created, the asset template, the workflow definitions, and the supply chain, but we are going to have a use case in live here. So we got the two workflows that we were talking about. First one, feedstock, second one, final product. Let's just fill the first one. So we are going to set the properties. PO number, I'm going to set a random number. Then we are going to select a file. So this one, for example, we are going to select a raw material that can be UCO, palm oil, or rapeseed oil, for example, palm oil for this example, and the EUDR reference number that can be, for example, 333. We update the workflow. The workflow has been successfully executed, and we can see here the details, but also we can see the DPP of this workflow that will contain the properties that we just set. So saying that, we can now go to the second workflow to execute the second workflow. This one, final product. It has two steps, as we said at the beginning. The first one can set a date, for example, yesterday. Raw material category that we can set biocircular, for example, and raw material that is the link from the parent that is from the first workflow that we executed, that is this one here. We can see that the values that I set. So we select this one and set OK, and we update the step. So after this step has run, we can now run the second one. We can choose another certificate. I can just send another file, another EUDR reference number. I'm going to set the first one. CO2 emission reduction. I can set here a number, so I can set, 12, for example. Add a product name, HVO, renewable phenol, or biocircular PE, for example, biocircular PE. You update the step, and this workflow has been executed. We have here the details of the workflow that I just execute. And also we can go to the digital product passport and see the properties of this workflow. Also at the same time, if we want to go directly to the link from the first workflow, we could click here and we could see the first properties of the workflow. So saying that, I will send this back to you, Juan Miguel.
Thank you, Mario. A very exciting process you've been able to roll out and to do so in record time. So thank you so much for joining me today. But more importantly, thank you and all of the technology team for this incredible effort and this incredible fit that you've been able to show us today. Now, of course, this is a kind of completely made up supply chain for a biorefinery that is using things like used cooking oil or palm oil to produce, again, very wide-ranging products from HVO to circular or renewable plastics. But the core thing that we wanted to kind of show you, while this was one of those simple configurations, is just an example of, again, very quickly you can configure track and trace and link it to your processes with sustainability credits or proof of sustainability. So things like ISCC standards or similar frameworks, how you can use it for EUDR compliance as well. So we're fully integrated to the traces system. How you can, again, use this to map out your entire chain of custody with a much more complex ecosystem than what we've seen today, but just by editing and working a little bit with that very simple prompt and getting Marco AI, our co-pilot, to help you with that configurability, right? So that being said, right, this is a feature that's still kind of in the testing process, so the functionality is not yet available to customers. But again, the huge impact that this can have is that it can reduce over 98% of your configuration time. That means it accelerates our delivery for our customers, it accelerates your time to value, and it maximizes your return on investment. Now, the full functionality will come out soon, but what we are doing now is we're putting together a select group of customers to be the first ones to try this out, to provide us with very valuable feedback so that we can fine-tune this feature and make sure it fulfills and meets all of your expectations. So do let us know if you want to be part of that group. And with that, I just want to say thank you, Mario, again, and the team behind you. And thank you, everyone, for watching. See you next time.